I looked my boyfriend in the eyes and said, "It's funny, the only ring I ever got from you was suffer ring." I'd been dating Julian for 8 years, which means for 8 years I'd been doing his laundry, cooking his meals, handling his emotional breakdowns, and still no wedding ring. I just didn't get it. He called me his queen, his partner, his everything. He'd take me out on dates, buy me small gifts, introduce me to all our friends and family, but every time the topic of marriage came up, he'd suddenly act like I asked him to go skydiving with me or something crazy and say, "It's just a piece of paper. We're practically married in everyone's eyes already." And sure, I get that maybe to him it's just a label, but to me, it meant so much more. I wanted to wear that white dress, to walk down the aisle, say our vows in front of everyone we loved. I thought maybe I could change his mind. Then his 30th birthday party happened. Days before his birthday party, my friends started acting strange. They took me out to get my hair and nails done, and kept giving me knowing looks, giggling, and asking if I was ready for the big night. And at first, I didn't really get it, until one of them slipped and mentioned they'd seen the speech Julian had prepared. "He literally praises you for like 5 minutes straight. It's the most romantic thing I've read," she said. I felt my heart suddenly race. Was this it? Was I finally getting married? After 8 years? I couldn't hide my grin. I went home that day and started making plans on improving his birthday party. Make it into something so perfect, no other engagement party could match it. I'm talking chocolate fondue machines on every table, handwritten name tags with elegant calligraphy, custom streamers in his favorite colors, a DJ who knew every song from our relationship. I even had my friends make "she said yes" signs in advance. I wanted the night he proposed to be unforgettable, and it was, just not in the way I expected it. On the day of the party, guests walked in with their jaws hanging open. Julian walked in with a stunned expression on his face. He walked over straight to me and pressed his lips to my cheek. "This is incredible. You've seriously outdone yourself," he whispered. I giggled. "Of course. I want this to be the best night of our lives." Everyone spent time mingling, enjoying the catering and music, taking pictures at the booth I set up. When Julian stood up to finally give his toast, I felt like my heart would leap out of my throat. "Thank you all for being here to celebrate my birthday," he started, mentioning his coworkers, boss, his family and friends for all showing up. Then he turned to me, calling me the backbone of his life, how he couldn't imagine a single day without my devotion, how I made him the man he was today. Just compliment after compliment, while I sat there with tears forming in my eyes. "And so, I believe no one else in the room deserves this more than you," he said, walking over. Everyone held their breath and pulled out their phones, ready to capture the moment. Julian reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a small box and handed it to me. I opened it. Inside was a mini vacuum cleaner keychain, same size as a ring. The room went silent. I stared at the gift and found myself laughing. I lost it. I stood up, took the microphone from his hand, and smiled at the crowd. "Since we're celebrating Julian tonight, let me tell you a few things about the man you're all toasting." He was right. I'm the backbone of his life. Without me, he'd still be wearing the same underwear 10 days in a row like he did in college. Without me, he wouldn't be paying off bills on time. Without me, he wouldn't even remember half of your names here. I paused, watching him frantically trying to laugh it off unsuccessfully. In fact, every business proposal his company raved about, well, I wrote them. Every fundraiser he organized, I planned them. Every password to every account, I kept track of them since he refuses to remember a single one. But as of today, they're all gone. I pulled out my phone and started deleting. Spreadsheets, contacts, shared documents, account access. 8 years of holding his life together, gone in seconds. "Julian, you called me your queen, but I was just your maid, your secretary." I shook my head. All I wanted was a wedding ring. Yet the only ring I ever got from you was suffer ring. Well, I quit. I dropped the microphone onto the table, handed him the bill to the party, and walked out. Things fell apart for him fast after that. The landlord had heard about what happened between us and refused to let him back into our shared apartment, even helping me change locks for free. Our mutual friends stopped returning his calls. Even some of his family members couldn't stand being in the same room as him. At work, he tried to recover the deleted files, but when he couldn't, he got fired. Then 3 weeks later, he showed up at my door, rugged and exhausted. He got down on one knee and held out a ring, a real one this time. "Please, I can't do this without you. I'll change, I swear." I looked at the ring, then held up my hand for him to see the shiny diamond already on my finger, something I bought for myself the week I left. "Sorry, but here's a consolation prize." I handed him the little vacuum keychain and closed the door shut.